Hobo Mike over here in Luray, Virginia, and I kind of want to tell you guys what's been going on over here. I have been building structures. It's been a lot of fun, and it helps me to sleep at night too. In fact, it was raining last night. I want to show you my most recent structure, and this is I put the family tent. You know, I had this thing for, I don't know, 20 years or something, underneath a plastic shelter. And I'd used all kinds of scrap wood. Like you can see, this highly innovative method of taking this deck board. I mean, this is literally trash. I don't know if it's strong as 2x4 because it's been on a deck 20 years and rotting. Then I take the plastic, staple it to the 2x4, wrap the 2x4 at least one whole time, so the plastic's got to be like way over here, you know, that where it's wrapping around, and then nail it and or screw it. The screws tend to shear off more than the nails do, so I kind of like using a big old nail. Over here, as you'll see, this is fantastically innovative. The big old spike, got a couple of them nailed right into the tree. That happens to be some 2x8. I got that wood. It's like a third price because it's all warped, you know. So what if it's warped? I don't care. And then I just kept it around for a while and finally got used for it. Over here, I got the brilliant idea of supporting it. You can see that 2x4 going down is holding it up, and this other 2x4 nailed in the side is what's giving it the long slide down that way. So this is a very simple structure to make. Don't worry about scabbing it, splicing, what we call it. You got to hear about 3 feet of overlap, 6 or 8 good, let's say 10 penny common nails, what have you, be all right. I put a little support right there because this is a long span. These are just 2x4s. Then I still thought it needed more strength, so I put this 2x6 on the front. Here I used, instead of a 2x4 to wrap the plastic, a 1x2, and that I think is going to work just fine. I've been doing this for a while. It's been interesting. Anyhow, the 4x4 on the ground is really just for a foundation because I'm lazy. I don't want to dig anything. Personally, I think this thing is such a low slung structure. Wind's going to pass right over it. Kind of reminds me of Indian travois, triangular structure used to haul things. I call it smog. I call it smog because I was rereading The Hobbit. I don't know if I ever did read it, but I kind of remember that I read it when I was about 20, which was, of course, 42 years ago. It's been a while, I don't remember it, but I was coming up on that part of smog, coming into the picture right when I was finishing this one and sitting down to enjoy reading a book and so on. So back here anyway, you can see you don't have to get highly technical. We got these diagonal boards coming down, then we wrap it and nail right to them. See, nail right to them. Just put a few extras in wherever you need them and go ahead and innovate. That's your job. You know, God gave you a brain, you're supposed to use it. Art is for a reason, you know, art is for survival. All creativity, I think, is art, including learning. That's my business to think that because I'm an artist anyway. This here was kind of a fun structure to build because it is, as you see, a cellulose structure known as a tree supported structure. It just reminded me of Boy Scouts. I was laughing my rear end off while I was building this and I couldn't figure out if I wanted to build it. It's held up pretty good. We had a 60 mile an hour windstorm. I mean, for a day and a half, 2 days, it blew 60 miles an hour one way, 60 miles an hour the other way. And this thing came off. It disconnected right at the tree. You can see I put some extra spikes in. It only had one spike actually yanked out. You can see this, maybe see the spot right above, about 6 inches above where it is now, where I had it nailed at first. And this is another fabulously complex structure. Definitely going to go down as Mike Lloyd Wright for this one. And you can see the delightful connection using the steel. And then I nailed another 2x4 in. And then the collar ties are actually holding this whole thing together, plus the tree. I went ahead and nailed that. There you can see it. That joist on the right, that rafter, is actually nailed into the tree, and that helps support the structure. These walls are just resting on the ground.